Oh god. Okay. That was quite the fall. Hello, everyone. And how are you doing? My name is Ashiri Akashi, and I am the voice behind Akashi Audio. I'm currently facing some complications that have left me with the need to recharge, shall we say, before I assume a proper humanoid form again, hence my current state. But I won't let such minor complications stop me from celebrating the 1,000 subscriber milestone that we have reached together. I'm really excited by this, since I actually thought the channel wouldn't get here until at least December. But you all have spoiled me, and I appreciate every single one of you who have enjoyed my work enough to stick around and continue watching. To celebrate this momentous occasion, I am answering some questions y'all have posed me. Some were asked in comments, others via my telenym or my email. Also, some of these were asked by multiple people in different ways, but to the same effect, so I'm boiling them down to singular answers. Or rather, singular questions that I am then answering. Whatever. Point is, there were repeats. Also, I'm not answering every question I received, since some of the answers to those could lead to me being easily found, or their attempts to seek advice that I really do not feel qualified to give. I do appreciate all the questions, though, and I apologize for not being able to answer all of them. That said, let's get on with the questions that I did answer. Alright, we will start off with questions about my appearance. The first of which is, how tall are you? Pretty simple answer. I'm a bit over 6 foot 1 inches, or if you prefer metric, I'm about 187 centimeters. I don't have an exact measure on that because I haven't measured myself recently, and I'm gonna be honest, gamer posture like compressed my spine a little bit and shrunk me. So I actually used to be 6 foot 2, but yeah, bad posture is just stand up straight, okay? Do it for me. Anyways, next. Oh wait, no, I should do the meme clap thing. Huh? Get my PewDiePie on. Next question. Do you have any scars, and if so, from what and where? Other than some blotches from acne when I was younger, I only have one scar. It was, I think I was 4 or 5 when it happened. I tripped and fell onto gravel, and there was a particularly large rock that penetrated my knee all the way down to the bone. I still have a scar from that, obviously, because this is a question about my scars. Duh. So, that was pretty painful. As a fun side note, both of my knees also got sores from the gym floor when I was in middle school. And later, they became infected. These infections also went down to the bone, straight through the muscle. I was never taken to the doctor. We just had at-home treatment and then walked it off. So I have less than great knees because of these two things. So yeah, that's great. Anyways, let me do. I gotta do the clap again. Gotta do it. Next question. Okay, that's so much fun. How did you decide to get into VA audios? That's a long one. Let me try and sum that up into a somewhat reasonable fashion. So, I have wanted to do voice acting for a very, very long time, since I was a teenager. And I just really didn't know how to get into it professionally. So, I kind of kept it as a hobby for a very long time. Me and my sister, we would do like little skits on the Windows 2000 voice recorder. I don't know if any of you have memories of that, but you could only record 60 seconds of audio, and it only recorded in .wav format. And we don't have any of those recordings left over, but I have very fond memories of some of the dumb stuff we would get up to. That was a lot of fun. Also, I run tabletop RPGs. Not as much anymore. In fact, I haven't run one for like a solid year now, just because of a severe lack of time. I do want to run them again because one of the things I like to do is to do voices for the various characters and NPCs and whatnot. So, yeah. That's another example of me doing it as a hobby. I also just like to switch up my voice in conversation to add emphasis or shock value. You know, I also like to do a little mimicry. But yeah, to properly answer the question, though, I think what really pushed me to make this YouTube channel was actually I was already attempting a different YouTube channel, and I was failing miserably at it. So while I was floundering with that one, I decided kind of on a whim to try and boot up a second channel, because I was pretty sure I had the skills to succeed. I just had started in a bad way, and now that I knew what I was doing, I wanted to give it another shot. So the initial concept for this channel was actually to read like spooky stories and creepypastas and stuff like that. I ended up like looking into it, and I didn't really want to deal with the copyright issues, but I still wanted to like read stories and stuff. So I ended up stumbling on ASMR Script Haven and was kind of just blown away that it even existed. And then I read a story by the Froggy Princess, which is one of my most viewed videos. Caught by a it was Caught in a Trap by a Vampire. My first video. And it didn't do very well for a while, and like I was still working on the other channel, but I eventually ended up doing the prequel to that one as well. And then right around the time I did that one, the channel started to pop off a little bit. So I was like, okay, let me do a few more and we'll see where it goes. You know, and I was doing this on top of the other channel that I was progressively losing more and more motivation to work on. And then my third video didn't do very well in comparison to the previous two. But my fourth video just took the YouTube algorithm, bent it over its knee, and just fucking blew up. I got almost 300 subscribers from that video alone. And that's when I realized that I had something here. That I did have potential with this. So, yeah. I abandoned the previous channel, the previous brand, and just been working on this ever since, and I'm having so much fun. And it's not just about the numbers. Some of my favorite videos that I've made are some of the more if I could talk. I'm leaving in some of these guffaws, by the way. Give you a little bit of a view of when I'm actually recording. But yeah. Where was I even? I don't even know. This is only very lightly scripted. Sorry about that. It turns out that I'm really good at reading scripts, not writing them. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying this. I'm really having a lot of fun. Some of my favorite videos, I think I was saying, are some of the more poorly performing ones, unfortunately. But that's okay, you know? Growth is good, but making what you want is also very important, I think. So yeah, moving on. When is your birthday? May 30th. And this next question is related to the previous one. What is your zodiac sign? And you guys will piece it together anyways from me giving my birthday. It's Gemini. Ugh. I forgot to do the claps for next question. No! All right, we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back. Moving on from the zodiac stuff. I don't want to talk about it. Sorry. Next question. Are you an adventurous person? No, I'm not. I would much prefer to stay at home with a cup of tea or a beer, frankly. Not much really to say there. All right, next question. When you're not working or preparing audios, what is a perfect day for you? Honestly, all I need for a perfect day is iced tea, whiskey, and a good video game or book to lose myself in. That's really all I need for a perfect day. All right, next question. Sorry. Do you get comments or compliments about your voice IRL? Sometimes. I haven't gotten many lately, and it was never a terribly frequent thing to start with, so yeah, I'm not worried about it. But to be honest, I rarely receive compliments in general IRL outside of coworkers complimenting my work. Next question. What is your favorite meal to cook for yourself? Well, I'm a simple man and I enjoy simple meals. My favorite of which is a bowl of jasmine rice with raw egg stirred in with oyster sauce and a sprinkling of chicken powder and chili oil. Not to everyone's taste, obviously, but you know, that's what I like. Next question. What is your favorite book? This one is difficult to name just one, so I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna name 3 that have stuck with me. The first of which it's pretty basic, bitch. It's The Hobbit. I think it's an obvious choice. It's just a good, solid story. It's super easy to read, and frankly, if you haven't read it, you should. Just stop watching the video right now and go watch. If I could talk, that'd be great. Go read The Hobbit, because it's good. It's just good. Okay, maybe finish the video first, but definitely go read The Hobbit at some point. It's worth it. My second book that I'm gonna put in this list, though, it's also fantasy. It's book 6 of the Dresden Files, Deadbeats. It's the first book I read from the Dresden Files because I just sort of picked it off the shelf in the library and just was like, fuck it, you know? And it's still my favorite, I think, of the Dresden Files, though there are some close contenders in the series. But if I had to pick a favorite out of the entirety of the Dresden Files, it's probably book 6. The last one it's technically a full series, but it's The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I do think you can just read the first book and be just fine. But I do recommend the whole series. I actually read the full collection when I was in 6th grade. And honestly, that combined with discovering Weird Al at around the same time, it definitely shaped my humor going forward. Anyhow, moving on.
Next question.
What is your favorite kind of movie, and can you name some? I actually had to think about this a fair bit of how I would classify my favorite type of movie, but I think the type of movies I gravitate to the most often are stories where fantasy is hiding in or just beneath everyday life. As far as some examples of this, I would say The Addams Family is a pretty good example. Wolf Children, My Neighbor Totoro, The Boy and the Beast. Disney's Atlantis kind of fits into this, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm mostly just including it because I'm a massive Disney Atlantis shill. The last one is definitely more sci-fi than fantasy, but I feel like it still fits the theme, and it's also just cool. But Spy Kids is just pure Kino. It's still good. It's so dumb, but it's so good. Anyways, that's my list there. They're all fantastic movies. If you haven't watched them, please do, because I personally recommend all of them. They're all great movies. Anyways, next question. As your channel grows, do you worry that someone might recognize your voice? Yeah, I mean, someone will recognize my voice eventually, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm pretty good at playing dumb, and it's not like my voice is unique. So, I mean, like, I can just play it off like, wow, that's crazy. I do sound really similar to that guy. Wow, that's wild. But yeah, I mean, that combined with my hermetic tendencies, I think that'll keep me safe from most folks randomly discovering me on the street. So, not too fussed. Alright, and last question. This one, kind of took me by surprise that someone would ask me this. I actually had to go retake this test. But the question, as you can see, is what is your rice purity score? It's 22. That is all I will say about that. If you don't know what the rice purity test or rice purity score is, you can go look it up on your own time. Leave that to you. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. If you have more questions for me, by the way, I'm going to be trying to check my Telegram once a week or so, and I'll be answering questions on there. Questions can be asked totally anonymously on there, so no worries. So if that's the kind of thing you're worried about, you know. And I think anonymity is pretty cool. If I could talk, that'd be fantastic. Anyways, I've got it linked to my Twitter as well, so, you know, questions I answer on there will be reposted to my Twitter, so be sure to follow me there if Elon hasn't driven you off the platform already. That said, thank you all again for subscribing, and I do hope to continue seeing you all around. I'm thinking of doing something for 2,000 subscribers as well whenever we get there, so maybe leave some comments on what you would like to see at that milestone. Also, if for some reason you're watching this right now and you've gotten this far and you aren't subscribed, what are you doing? Just go click the button. It's not that hard. It's fine. Stick around. Stay a while. Listen. Oh, I'm so dumb. Anyways, but yeah, no, for real. Stick around. Stay a while, you know? I like to think I'm a pretty cool guy. Also, feel free to follow me on my other socials as well. They'll be in the description and in the pinned comment. Anyhow, that's it for me. Bye!